You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
Yeah, this looks, I don't know, man. He looks like he's on some gear.
That guy is Depot on Peds.
Yeah, I think he is on the PEDs, man, because this doesn't look right, man. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like there's a little...
After facing cheating allegations, Crawford hit back hard at Floyd, claiming he simply can't handle someone being better than him. According to Crawford, Floyd isn't raising concerns based on facts. He's just bitter that another fighter is now receiving the kind of praise he once enjoyed. And looking at Canelo's case, the frustration makes sense. Canelo has taken shots from bigger opponents like Golovkin and Kovalev without ever needing surgery. Yet Crawford, who came up from the lighter divisions, defeats him and leaves him with an injury serious enough to delay his return. It was a shocking outcome, one Mayweather still fixates on.
Unfortunate, but I don't want to hear it. Breaking news, Canelo Alvarez has undergone elbow surgery after him getting beaten by Terence Bud Crawford. But no excuse, alright?
Claims there's always been something suspicious about Crawford's gloves. And this isn't the first time concerns have come up. He pointed to Crawford's fight against David Avanesian, where Crawford's gloves split open mid-fight, exposing the padding. The referee paused the match and the commission stepped in to inspect, but after a brief check, the fight was allowed to continue. Shortly after, Crawford knocked Avanesian out with a clean combination. To this day, Avanesian hasn't moved past it, calling the situation shady and suggesting Crawford is one of the most protected fighters, especially since the bout took place in Nebraska. He even admitted it left him with bad memories of the sport.
Commenting, talking about, yeah, Terence Crawford dirty, he's on that snack, he's on that...
Canelo now injured and needing surgery, doubts are resurfacing. Fans question how a smaller fighter like Crawford did what bigger opponents couldn't. But Crawford fires back, saying it's all about Floyd's ego. He just can't stand someone else getting the spotlight.
It's who has absorbed the bigger shots in the weight division. And it was good. It was a very good point. It was like Canelo has been hit by light heavyweights and super middleweights for the best part of a decade.
Basically,
he's so used to taking those shots, whereas Crawford hasn't. Crawford's been hit by 140 guys and 147 guys for the best part of a decade.
Floyd's interview with TMZ Sports after Crawford's win drew attention. He kept it brief, calling the fight good for boxing and saying the best man won. Coming from Floyd, that was rare praise, an acknowledgement that Crawford's win wasn't luck. But the compliment didn't last long.
Canelo, choose one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart.
Asked if Canelo was washed up at 35, Mayweather responded with hesitation, saying, "Oh, I don't know. Boxing takes a toll on the body, maybe. I'm not really sure." His tone hinted at doubt about Canelo's current level.
Hey, Reed Energy, was this the reason that Terence Bud Crawford whooped Canelo pillar to post, post to pillar?
Get your hand out of my pocket!
Was Canelo breaking down? Is his body deteriorating?
Get your hand out of my pocket!
50 plus fights, 50 plus training camps, not even talking about his amateur fights, not talking about the fights that he fought in Mexico up there in local bars.
Floyd's answer wasn't a direct shot at Canelo, but it hinted that Crawford may not have faced the best version of him. As a boxing legend, Floyd knows the toll the sport takes and didn't rule out age as a factor. It subtly suggested Canelo may no longer be at his peak.
Right now in the sport, that's supposed to be the man, you know, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, who else I'm gonna fight? You beat the shark, you beat the wolf. Right. Damn. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no more ops out there. It's ops out there, but who gonna make them really want to get up?
Makes sense. That's like you say.
While fans celebrated Crawford's win and praised his skill, some insiders began questioning his next steps and their impact on his legacy. Hall of Fame trainer Ronnie Shields, who's worked with legends like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, didn't hold back. He stated that if Crawford wants to be remembered among the all-time greats, he must face the top contenders. Shields specifically named David Benavidez, Christian Billy, and Osley Zaglacius as the kin.
Surgery on his shoulder and will be returning back to Riyadh season mid-late 2026. That means the man is not retiring.
A 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
A little bit of...
You ain't no cop, Jay Reed.
Little bit of Jay Reed energy. Was this the reason that Terence Bud...
Shields suggested that if Crawford avoids top challenges, It could damage his place in boxing history. He pointed out that past legends didn't leave divisions to dodge tough opponents. While Crawford might move up to middleweight,
for Canelo fight and you had a Cavs hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Red.
Speculation around Crawford's next move continues. On the 3 Knockdown Rule podcast, Mario Lopez posed a bold idea. What if Crawford moved up to middleweight to challenge someone like Janibek Alimkhanuly? Lopez suggested that if Crawford became undisputed at another weight, his legacy would be cemented. That's the kind of risk both Shields and Lopez believe defines greatness. Legacy isn't made by staying comfortable. It's built by taking the toughest fights. The question now is whether Crawford will chase greatness or play it safe.
Honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't.
All of this ties back to Floyd Mayweather, but not in the usual way. Crawford has always shown him respect. Even before and after the Canelo fight, he praised Floyd as one of the greatest, calling him the GOAT. On the 4th and 1 podcast with Cam Newton, Sept 18, Crawford said, "I have nothing but the utmost respect for Mayweather. I'd never compare myself to him. He's the greatest of his era, and I'm the greatest of mine." He never tried to overshadow Floyd or spark a rivalry. He knew his place and made it clear.
Like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions.
Things shifted when Floyd began publicly throwing jabs at Crawford. Now, Crawford is certain the criticism comes because he's on the path to becoming one of the greatest. His growing confidence is echoed by Jiren Andis, who shared his boxing Mount Rushmore, including legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, and James Toney. Crawford didn't make the list, not out of disrespect, but because he represents the new generation and hasn't yet been considered in Andis's all-time lineup.
Where Crawford made it where Canelo to have any chance, he had to go get close, so he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
He avoided discussing a potential fight with Crawford, focusing instead on his debut at 154 lbs. But the message is clear. Crawford's name carries weight, and fighters know he could challenge any era-defining boxer, including Floyd. Crawford's rise through weight classes, from super welterweight, where he held titles including the WBA belt, to super middleweight where he beat Canelo, shows his rapid growth. His achievements suggest he's outgrown the division both in skill and legacy.
You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people.
Crawford's next challenge could decide if he's just a footnote or a true all-time great. Beating someone like David Benavidez would place him among the rare fighters who've dominated multiple top-level weight classes.
Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh
Canelo.
my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he went up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the...
Benavidez seems aware of the buzz. When asked about fighting Crawford, he told The Ring, "To be honest, let Terence Crawford live." Benavidez is focusing on opponents in light heavyweight and cruiserweight, showing that a bout with Crawford is a hot topic among elites. Beating Benavidez or similar fighters would boost Crawford's legacy and, some argue, could even put him ahead of Floyd. as he'd be conquering current top-tier competition rather than staying in a narrower division.
Yeah. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm always.
No, do tell. Open up.
And that guy that a part of it, he been caught. He went to jail for it.
Come on, Victor Conte.
He went to jail, right?
Victor Conte.
The bigger picture is about legacy and perception. Floyd Mayweather set a high standard, competing in a tough era, managing his career carefully, and retiring undefeated. Crawford, while respecting Floyd's greatness, is charting a different course. He aims to prove he can beat anyone, whether in their prime or later, embracing risk rather than avoiding it. This shift from respect to challenge signals that Crawford isn't just satisfied with being great in his era. He wants to be measured among the all-time best, including Floyd Mayweather.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Hopkins recently spoke to ESPN about the Crawford versus Mayweather debate, offering his usual measured take. The Hall of Famer acknowledged that while fans love comparing fighters from different generations, he thinks it misses the point. "I agree they shouldn't be compared," Hopkins said. He explained that reaching across eras to rank fighters often reflects dissatisfaction with the current moment. "It's just a conversation about order, nothing more," he added, emphasizing that greatness is tied to its own era.
Alright, he's been at that level for a long time. So 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. See, timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was meant to be tired.
Hopkins emphasized that boxing's weight classes and eras exist for a reason. Mayweather dominated his era, just as Crawford has in his own, each facing different challenges. Comparing them oversimplifies their achievements. Hopkins believes Crawford shouldn't be measured against Floyd, but should be recognized for his accomplishments in his own time.
Big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
I mean, he has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got a lucky in a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight, so I mean, I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
You know.
Have tried to compare Crawford and Mayweather based on titles and accomplishments. Crawford even has more belts. But the debate is complicated. Different eras, weight classes, and fight styles make it impossible to declare a definitive best. Both have unique strengths and challenges, making this a debate that will likely never be settled.